The Flogcast may occasionally contain explicit content that makes it not safe for work or for minors. It also doesn't provide an excuse to use the same words on Bay 13. Normal big footy rules still apply.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Alright, so this is the podcast for round 4. The membership microwave from Richmond Starburns is here, and I'm joined by the holder of Collingwood's leading goal kicker trophy, Morgan Ashley.
Hello, Flogs.
The North equivalent of Plugger and Smasher, Dan.
Try again.
The head of the Thai Vickery fan club from Hawthorn, Penal.
Why am I even here? I'm just not that into footy anymore.
And the Andrew Mackey of podcasts from St Kilda, Cookson.
You were speaking really fast, Starburns.
Yeah, I just had to start in a real rush because feeling a bit rushed at the moment. Like someone really wants to get things over with. And, we're on the clock here, so yeah. So just, I think we should.
Well, if you weren't stuffing your face with chocolate, Augustus, we would have gotten this done an hour ago. Augustus, save some for later.
Oh, that's my intro for next week. Oh.
Oh, I'm going to Photoshop Augustus Gloop into a Richmond jumper.
Let's begin with goo or tears. Who wants to go first?
Oh, Penal, you've got to have some goo.
Yeah, Penal, you should have a reason to be excited. Think about the draft pick you'll get.
Oh, the protected pick that we're going to get once I start my thread on the main board and all the football journos pick up on it. You just know that once something gets said on Big Footy, that the mainstream football media is going to run with it.
Hello, Terry Wallace.
Fuck off, Barrett. Barrett, you cunt.
Greetings, Robbo.
Yeah, well, we'll come to Barrett later, Cookson, because I think we need to.
Are you sick, Stub?
Too much chocolate.
You're
Don't
right,
make me talk, I'm full of chocolate. Yeah, so who wants to go? Goo or tears? What we got?
Tears. For bad goal kicking. I'm a fundamental skill. Kick it through the big sticks. I had to get out of my seat and yell at my own team's players just to get them to do that. Which they did afterwards, so I'm a coach. I'm better than Richer, so...
That's a nice change from yelling at the umpires, eh?
Oh, no, not Cookie does that.
No, not Mackie.
So when can we...
I confirm that Not Cookie also does it at the soccer. and he yells at the official on the sidelines to try and get the other coach sent off.
What? What did he do?
He was yelling at the fourth official trying to get the opposition coach sent off, and the opposition coach got a warning, and NL and I seen it, and we're like, he's done it! He's done it! He was just sitting behind him, like, giving him a spray the whole time, going, you shouldn't take that. You're better than him. You don't have to take that from him. And then he got a warning. Like, there is no sport that the cooks will not abuse umpires.
So if Cookson, if you're better than Richo, how long can we expect it to be until Plugger edits his OP to include you as the new master coach of St Kilda?
Oh, I'd say round 12. Round 12.
Ross Lyon will still be coaching the Freo by then too. I'll go next. I have Goo.
For Declan Hardwick?
No, it's not even the real coach. I have Goo, and I'm pretty sure I've had Goo for this before. We've been doing Goo or Tears a lot, and I reckon I have. But Goo for wet weather football. It's so fun to watch. Just the whole contested, scrappy nature. It's all effort. Everything's pushed forward, move it on, and desperation for 4 fucking quarters. And if you're not desperate, then you don't win. And gold for like gold. The end of Richmond West Coast and all 4 quarters of Collingwood Essendon. I just love it. It's fantastic.
Carlton, isn't it?
What did I say? Richmond Essendon?
Collingwood.
Carlton Essendon. Sorry, yeah. Just yeah, and it sorts out the the players who really want it from the ones who don't, such as Jack Darling and Andrew Gaff for Essendon.
Lewis
Goddard.
Jetta.
Lewis Jetta didn't want it when it was dry either.
The fucking Sinclair Jetta trade is looking hilarious now that both players are absolute shit at their new clubs.
You got to love a trade that just ends in disaster for all concerned.
Yeah, it's like, are you happy or are you sad? Because on one way, the player that you picked up is doing shit, but then you're kind of glad that you got rid of the other guy at the same time.
It's like Jed Anderson for Ryan Burton.
Oi, oi, oi. Rising star winner.
Who wants to go next?
Goo for Friday night football and for a bloody good game of Friday night football. And I've got Goo for GWS recruits. Taylor Adams, Adam Treloar and Will Hoskin Elliott. I am very grateful that GWS exist because they are our feeder club. and I love them dearly.
They're Carlton's feeder club too.
Except they give us the good ones.
How can you be a club, go shopping at GWS and not get good players? It just seems so hard.
It's amazing the strike rate of how often Carlton fucked that up.
Yeah, imagine if you rated GWS and came out of the other end with Jonathan O'Rourke.
Oh, but he's going to be a superstar. I saw Hodgepodge's thread about Hawthorn's youth this batch being better than the last batch. What's going on?
Yeah, I also saw a cheeky backfire tag applied to that thread, which I think was warranted.
Oh, absolutely it was. It's clearly not as good as the last batch of youth, unless the last batch of youth he's talking about is Schoenmakers, Bo Dowler, Mitch Thorpe, and Dale Garlett. Was that the comparison he made, or was it a comparison to Lewis, Birch, Rufford, Buddy?
Yeah, I think that's the era he was talking about, but yeah, some way to go yet before we scale those heights.
Some way.
Some way.
And I've got some hilarious tears too, like gooey tears for the reading on the Hawthorn board. God, it was entertaining. Bosk did his best stand by your man impersonation where he's like, we've got to stick with Clarko, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that gave me a bit of a laugh, but I made sure not to like anything because I didn't want to get in trouble. But yeah, the thread by Bosk on the Hawthorn board, never forget our future is blindingly bright.
Blindingly bright. Any comment, Penal?
Yeah, that's a really good segue into my tiers this week, which is of course going to be about Survivor because I'm not that into football at the moment. And so my tiers are for the ridiculous bullshit twist extra second swap that screwed Sandra on Survivor.
I could not agree more. I started to like her.
It's just great television robbed from our eyes.
It's bad enough that we lost Malcolm, but now we've lost Sandra as well. It's like they just want to rip out our hearts.
You know, on a season that's called Game Changers, they've gotten rid of all of the game changers, and now we're just left with useless wastes of semen like fucking
Damien Barrett.
Troy. Like,
he's not even called Troy, he's Troy Zan.
yeah, it's a fucking 50-something-year-old man who runs around swinging from trees and calling himself Troy Zan. Grow up, mate.
And Ty can go and get fucked.
No, Ty's the only one left that I actually like, mainly because I can't understand anything of what he's saying, so I have to read the subtitles and then maybe that elicits a positive response in my mind.
Yeah, exactly. He's your best recruit this year, Penal.
Oh no, that thought never occurred to me, at least because it's a different spelling. But now that you say that, I'll never be able to look at Ty the same way again.
And from Survivor, there's only one person left, and obviously it's Dan.
The sole survivor.
Yeah, I've tears. This whole $9 million 9-year offer deal to Josh Kelly is a bit of a joke. At first I was on board, but then when I started to think about it more, I started to sort of distance myself from it. I remember looking at Moffra's thread on the Bay, and it made me think, you know, the 9 years, $9 million for just a midfielder who isn't even in the top 50 players. You know, we're going to offer this huge money on just he might be a really, really good player, you know. I'd be more happy offering that to someone like Dustin Martin, who we already know is a superstar and a game breaker, or the competition's best forward, you know.
Or as Penal and I would like to call it, a game changer.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I don't...
Josh Kelly doesn't strike me as a game changer.
No, it's just yeah.
He's more of a Troy Zan.
You've got to take into account the salary cap's going to go up, Dan. $1 million won't be what it used to be.
Yeah, but I mean, there's better fish out in the sea to go for than Josh Kelly. I mean, Josh Kelly is catfish. No one wants catfish. Shitfish.
If you're going to make a grandfather offer, make it to a game changer.
Oh, yeah, grandfather offer. Yeah.
Penal knows all about that. He had bad experiences with catfish.
I'm not Corey Wagner.
I feel like Hawthorn got catfished when they
Tyrone Vickery.
in the trade period. They got catfished.
We're going to send you a dual position forward/ruck with 100 games under his belt, and he's a top 10 draft pick, and he kicks goals and blah, blah, blah. And he did this in a team that wasn't as good as Hawthorn were at the time. And then what did they get? The big hairy potato.
No refunds, right?
No refunds.
Damn it. Like, the one thing he did well at Richmond was when he got shots, kicked straight. Can't even do that now.
Yeah, I know. That's my favourite part. He's like the player who plays really well, earns the big contract, and then just falls
Downs
off a
tools.
cliff as soon as they get it. that's probably why you could be concerned about Josh Kelly, Dan, because if you give him 9 years, he's locked in for that money.
Yeah, I mean, what if he has 2 knee reconstructions and he never plays? We're screwed.
You can end up with a Daisy Thomas times 2.
Well, at least he's playing, even though that is still regarded as the shootest deal that's ever happened in the AFL.
Oh,
But the
Tyrone
fact,
Vickery.
the fact he's playing is actually hampering them.
That is true.
3 games, 13 to go. Let's go to the recaps, and we'll begin with the end of an era.
No, this game doesn't matter. The margin was too big.
No, this game matters a great deal. This game matters more than any other.
Matters to fucking Cookie and St Kilda.
It matters to us all.
We're here for you, Penal.
Yeah, nobody likes it when a team, is so uncompetitive against a team down the ladder. You got to wonder whether
Nobody
Hawthorn's even going to win a game now.
Nobody likes it, mate. Most people love it.
Penal, what happened to Hawthorn?
Tyrone Vickery happened.
Well, they've been lucky for so long, Dan, that eventually that runs out.
Oh,
guys-
look at you making Ty Vickery the scapegoat.
Well, it's taken 3 games for him to become the fucking number 1 whipping boy at a new club after escaping the role of being number 1 whipping boy at Richmond.
That's his strongest suit as a player, being a whipping boy.
He was deserving of it at Richmond. Like, if you're making him your whipping boy, you're ignoring a whole bunch of other shit trucks.
Luke Bruce,
Really,
Josh
this has
Gibson.
got nothing to
Luke-
do with
Josh
Tyrone
Gibson
Vickery.
being the
Hawthorn.
main
Josh
offender
Gibson
there.
is fucking finished. There's no argument.
And
there.
Luke Hodge too, just whilst we're at it.
I thought fucking Hodge was probably one of our best 3 players in the weekend, which is fucking sad in itself. But yeah, Gibson,
O'Meara.
fucking Bruce, Rioli's been really fucking...
Daniel's gone past him, mate.
McAvoy.
Oh, big boy
Sicily.
McAvoy. Oh,
Why
God.
do you not play Sicily in the forward line?
Why do we not play Guns in the forward line? Why do we fucking not play... If we didn't have
The
a
midfield's
fucking...
too slow to move it to him quickly because they
If
got
we
rid of the
didn't have
best
a
kick in the team.
If we didn't have the fucking worst trade deal of all time with St Kilda, I'd say we were tanking for draft picks because our fucking structure makes no sense. But I guess just that shit. I mean, big boy McAvoy. Oh, I don't know if he just fucking is a fraud or like...
Fraud. Isn't he a 2-time premiership player for you?
He's a 2-time premiership player, but he's fucking shit.
And we got it for Buddy's compo.
You should delist him and bring in Will Minson.
Honestly, fucking Will Minson would be... Getting fucking Paul Salmon out of retirement these days would be better. I mean, our fucking ruck combination is the worst in the AFL. The Big Vic combination. We are the worst team in the AFL at the moment. It's just not,
Well, yeah, we know that. The ladder says so.
the ladder says so, but sometimes the ladder can be deceiving. In this case, it isn't.
It's not being deceiving. You are the
With-
shittest team.
With
in the
this
competition
fucking
right now.
bad, like
I was being facetious before the start of the season when I said North Melbourne would win more games than Hawthorn. North Melbourne will win more games than Hawthorn.
Everyone will win more games than Hawthorn.
You only need to win one.
No, for the whole season. North will finish higher
I
than
know,
Hawthorn.
she's saying you only need to win one to do that.
That's what Hawthorn are not going to win a game for the entire
It
year.
doesn't look like it.
Well, even Carlton won games during the season. Even
You're
Brisbane
not
won
even
games. during the
competitive
season.
against Gold Coast, who got beaten by 150 points the week before.
This is going to make me very gooey at the end of the season.
not if I get my way.
This is like the opposite of the Crode deal. It's like Hawthorn bent Fremantle over to get Hodge for Crode and got Crode back. To basically start that era, now to end that era, Hawthorn are going to get bent over and the number 1 draft pick's going to go to somebody else.
No, we're not going to get bent over. We fucking dropped our own trousers, bent ourselves over.
Well, that's what Freo
and
did to
inserted
you.
the dildo in our own ass.
Freo did that to you.
You literally spread your own arse cheeks and said, "In here, please."
No, but if Freo hadn't fucking drafted Riley Dunn with that other pick, then they might have come out of that trade okay. It's just we got Hodge and Mitchell, they got fucking Riley Dunn, and history tells that story. But there's no possible fucking way that this St Kilda trade can come good for us.
And now
Which
Hawthorn have
which
Mitchell
is
and
why
Izzy
I'm
have
now relying on fucking Terry Wallace to push the protected pick idea so that we can save face a little bit.
Well, Penal, this might be okay because we're sure he's listening.
The list manager listens.
The listening manager.
Just also on that game, you picked a bad week to get him. They copped it from all over. Like, Gazza doesn't give a shit. He probably won't give a shit for another 20 weeks. But this week he did because everybody jumped on him. So your timing's just off, and that didn't help. And the whole moving him to Tassie, you didn't want to surrender your turf. You probably threw the game, Penal.
Nah, we're just shit.
No wonder
Certainly,
you want
that's
to
the,
Canada.
that's the fucking worst performance that Hawthorn has dished up in a long, long time. Since the Schwab era, and possibly even since the merger era. So it's just disgraceful.
Funny you should mention the merger era.
So, yeah, I expect fucking talks to start again this
Well,
week.
I expect you to start those talks because I do recall on here 2 weeks ago when someone made the joke that you would lose to the Suns. You said if that happened, I'll personally start the merger thread.
Oh, fucking, do I have to start another thread now? Jesus.
Well, you start the protected pick one first. I think that's more important. But merger 1 too on the Hawthorn board. It will act as a nice counterpoint to what Bosk's got going on.
If that thread even got a universal love tag, what a fucking wank fest.
Needs a goo tag from the sound of it.
It's a giant goo tag.
But just on that, Tassie put their hand up to take the Suns right before the Suns won. That's got to hurt.
No, they can still have them.
You reckon they will?
Yeah.
I still don't reckon it'll happen. Tassie's the AFL's safety net. If someone in Victoria really fucks up, Tassie's the
Well,
carrot.
at this stage, it's fucking most likely to be us.
Yes, I know.
Maybe that thread on the Hawthorn board can be, why don't we just move to Tassie permanently?
We'll get an academy. That'll boost our stocks. Maybe players like Jack Revolt and Jeremy Howe will come and play for us.
Fucking Colin Jasny.
Colin Jasny.
Oh, Dwayne Russell, he fucking reads the bay as well. He was calling Colin Jasny the whole game.
Dwayne is Jasny.
No, I think he's just been influenced by the posting on the bay. But mind you, if he was Jasny himself, that would explain a lot of things. So yeah, Dwayne Russell's obviously been listening to the podcast and reading my posts. So hi, Dwayne. Protected pick, make it happen.
Nothing else on the Hawths?
Ricky Henderson's
done.
one of your best players.
They're finished. Put a fork through them.
Let's go to... Buckley's kept the Wolves from the door for another week with Collingwood's win over the Coalers. All the
Oh, God, what a
ex-GWS
fluky
players.
bloody win that was.
Fluky win, eh?
Win! Are you serious?
I just don't think the Coalers
You
are
cashed
all that
in on
good.
it, Lance Franklin, that didn't kick a goal that day.
Yeah,
Oh,
you were just lucky.
We
You
were,
were just
we were lucky.
Hawthorn-esque luck.
It wasn't us that made him not kick a goal.
Who was it?
The planets were all lined up that day for Collingwood, I think.
Well, only one of us made Buddy cry this week, and it wasn't any of your teams.
Did Buddy cry?
Yeah, it was. He walked off the ground crying.
Fuck's sake. It's round...
It was delicious. Like, if I could have licked those salty tears off of him, I would have. Oh, yum, idiot. Crying at round
No,
3.
Morgs. You can't do that, Morgs. Aren't you drug tested?
Oh, I am, actually. Oh, shit. And I had to go to work today. Like, I would have still been in my system.
But yeah, what else do we have from that game?
Hoskin Elliott's shot at goal in like the last quarter to win the game. That is goal kicking, not the fucking shit my team produced.
No, that was elliptically clutch. It was brilliant.
Elliptically clutch.
From the ESPN ad. Clutch. Elliptically clutch.
But yeah, I don't have a whole lot out of that game. Like,
Chris Mayne was utter shit.
oh my god. Yeah, you beat them with Chris Mayne in your team. Like, that guy's so shit he wouldn't get a game at Hawthorn.
Yeah, that's
Collingwood-
not luck. That's skill. We had to play with one man short.
But the Collingwood dominated the whole night because of their pressure from the fucking midfield and forwards. Everyone except fucking Chris Mayne, who's the guy that's meant to be world-renowned for his pressure.
Well, I don't know about world renowned, but yeah.
Well,
Overseas, they sing songs of Chris Mayne's defensive deeds.
he's on the front page of the papers in Canada.
Well, I don't know if it's San Francisco 49ers they're mimicking Chris Mayne's defensive pressure.
Yeah, I'm happy he chose Collingwood because for a while he was linked to North throughout the
I
off-season.
think everyone who missed out on him is very happy he ended up at Collingwood. About the only person who's saddened by it is Ross Lyon.
Can someone explain to me what his actual role in the side is? Like, what does he add to Collingwood in all seriousness?
Okay, he's basically like Surioli with all the defensive stuff, but without the highlights reel.
He's there to do the defensive things that Alex Fasolo won't.
Well, hang on,
he's not even doing
if he's
them.
doing...
He's just a decoy at this point because he's not doing the defensive stuff.
I didn't say he was doing it well. Jesus.
There's no way he survives the Axe this week, surely.
Shame.
Bullshit. He will.
Yes!
I
He's
no,
the
I
big
don't.
recruit that they
hang on.
got.
I
Did he-
honestly don't think he will. I think that he'll be out this week and Jamie Elliott will be in.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
There's no way he could because he was rat shit against Richmond too.
No, we're going to take him out and we're going to put Elliott in after kicking 5 goals in the VFL.
Anything else on that game?
Henry must have been back on the piss because he actually played well.
He was actually pretty good.
Took him about a half to get going though.
Oh,
Yeah, must have had a quick fix at halftime.
Yeah, a
Hmm.
couple of lines off the dunny seat.
Didn't he have a grimace moment in the last quarter though?
Yeah.
oh, yeah, he landed on the fence and the door swung open and you should have seen his face grimace. And it was bad that the door opened. That shouldn't happen.
That always happens at SCG.
But fuck, when he grimaced, did I laugh. Kieran Jack was utter shite. He was putrid, and they were calling
looks
for
past
his- They were genuinely calling for his head on the Sydney board.
What happened to fucking Luke Parker? Because he's fallen in a hole this year, and he doesn't even have the excuse of being old. He's been absolute shite, and even the fucking Swans board have called for him to be axed.
Didn't he get a
They
new
like
deal
to
last
swing
year?
the axe over there. They've been swinging each other's axes for far too long.
Yeah, either he's carrying something or he's been fucking on peptides the whole time.
I just think they're broken. They finally hit the wall. The Dogs loss broke them. Like the Hawthorn one went close, but the Dogs loss was the last thing. They've realised that they got lucky in 2012, which is a change considering they were playing Hawthorn.
They got very lucky because they had the fucking wind going their way for 3 quarters.
And now they realise they're basically a Ross Lyon team that can get to second, but that's about it.
And there's nothing that they can do about it because fucking 40% of their salary cap is taken up by 3 players. So unlucky. Now you have to play 15 kids. There's a reason why you've had that many debutantes this year, because you can't get anyone else because you can't pay them.
Yeah, and when all these kids come up, the good ones come up for contract, we'll all be able to throw 9-year deals for $9 million at them and look really smart doing
It's going to be the new GWS. You're going to be a feeding ground. We're going to throw grandfather offers at everybody.
Nothing else on that?
It was good to see fucking order being restored and Sam Reid play like shit again. I was fucking starting to worry that we've entered the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a shame he dragged his brother down to his level this week, though.
I think his brother just was having a sympathy.
He didn't want to make him look bad.
Yeah.
It's been a good older brother.
I had Goo before for wet weather football, and we'll go to the wettest game of the round. Next, Carlton getting a win over Essendon. There's not many times I'm happy to see Carlton win, but this was absolutely one of those times. Credit where it's due, Mark Murphy was fantastic.
Wet weather footy usually is an ugly spectacle, but this was actually a good game to watch.
Wet weather footy's always awesome, unless it's Freo.
But it's always low scoring and
But
inaccurate.
Test the skills of the players, though.
Yeah.
7-15 and they still won.
But yeah, you usually get reward for effort. We saw that with Richmond and Carlton.
Trench warfare sort of thing.
I mean, I just saw Wiedering. He was like...
That one he clunked in the last quarter in the wet overhead was insane.
He pretty much did that in dry. It's beautiful, Mark. And that Sam Petreski-Seaton guy looks pretty fucking good, despite having a rat tail.
They showed a bit of heart and a bit of character, and they showed that Essendon don't have much of it.
The pink bun midfielder Mark Murphy's looking alright. He's had 3 really good weeks.
And it was all contested, like 33 touches, a couple of goals in the wet.
That banana kick was just pretty fucking amazing in the context of the game.
Have you got the hiccups now?
No.
Yes, you do. Control yourself.
Fucking ate too much chocolate.
Yeah. Are we going to have to get the Oompa Loompas to sing a song to carry you out?
Gonna fucking pull you out of a tube.
We wouldn't need many Oompa Loompas because he's as short as them.
But no, they were too soft, Essendon, though. According to John Worsfold, it wasn't that. Did anyone see this?
No, what did he say?
According to John Worsfold, they still don't have any chemistry to get...
No chemistry.
No chemistry from the chemist.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no chemistry for a bunch of players who got banned for drugs.
Most of that team wasn't even under the drug regime.
Is he fucking fishing for sympathy?
He's not only fishing for sympathy, I reckon he's sending a subtle message telling them to get back on the gear in their private time.
Giving a subtle hint saying, just get back on the fucking ice instead. And Cousins and West Coast.
It'll take you to the top. It might ruin a few lives along the way. But, you'll win a flag and you'll get to release a rap song and
you get to live with Hodgie.
Moving on. Richmond went to 3-0 in the wet again.
No, Damien Hardwick went to 3-0. I'm not too sure about Richmond.
He's not even the real coach.
He's the reason why your team
he's not.
hasn't lost a game. Yes.
Neil Barnes said, stop this bullshit. Blake Carousella is in charge.
No, he's not. Damien Hardwick is the man,
No.
and he's not getting sacked.
No, he has a proven track record of failure.
He's done enough this year
winning.
to get another year.
No, he hasn't.
He's going to get an extension.
No.
What more could you possibly expect from him, Starburns? He's passed every test so far with flying colours.
The team has passed every test so far.
And he's the leader of the team. He's the coach.
No, because Blake Carousel is calling the shots and they're telling him, stop being such a fucking mong and let the players play football. The two people driving the Tiggy train are Barm and Carousel, and Trent Cotchin, who's rejected the Hardwick crab game style and is back to his Brownlow best. Again, it was sensational.
Even if that was true, Hardwick is still there.
He's a figurehead.
You're just clutching at straws to fit your own narrative.
He's a figurehead.
It's more realistic that he fucking became a good coach overnight than this fucking other bullshit that you're cooking up just because you don't like the guy.
He didn't become a good coach overnight. He was a good coach before.
No, he's been a terrible
He got
coach
the
all
best
along.
out of a shit list.
No, because the list is showing right now that clearly they were capable of more, but he was holding them back.
No, but he's still there, and he's taking him forward.
You're going to extend his contract, and then they're going to go on a 9-game losing streak and miss out on the
We're not going to
finals.
extend his contract. He's got another year.
Yes,
They're not going to do
No.
anything.
That didn't
Give
stop
him
you
another
last time.
Give
Yeah,
him
but we
another-
know better now.
No, you don't. You're Richmond.
But what does he have to do at this point? Like, if Richmond win the flag this year, will you still fucking call for him to be sacked?
I'll just say leave it as is and let Carousella keep coaching. This system works for us. Congratulations to the players.
If Richmond don't win the flag, it'd be the biggest choke in history.
Yeah,
That's right.
because fucking Carousel is the greatest coach ever, apparently. So how could they not win the flag with him driving the bus?
I didn't say he was the greatest coach because I don't think we're going to win the flag. But if we do, it ain't going to be
Why?
anything. It won't going to be.
You're on
because
top of the
hard work.
ladder. It's no excuse.
No, we're second.
Yeah,
You're on the-
second always
You're
wins.
equal top.
Yeah, but we haven't played anyone of note.
Go and get
You know, the last 5 years, second on round 3 has always won the flag.
Oh bullshit!
What if that turned out to be true?
It's about as true as the Adelaide
I was about
thing.
to say Adelaide already had.
Oh, yes, yeah. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry.
I believed you,
It's
Dan. It sounded real. That's what's important.
It sounded genuine and from a place of knowledge, but really it was
Because
just
you
shit.
speak bullshit with such conviction that people believe you.
But it's the sort of story that people could actually believe.
Mm.
It's not like a story like, oh, Damien Hardwick doesn't get to do anything. He's just a figurehead. These other guys are
Yeah,
really
exactly.
driving the
The
bus.
figurehead's the most
That-
logical explanation.
Nah, that's a load of bullshit.
Like Carousella, I didn't even know was a part of Richmond this year until you mentioned his name 10 minutes ago.
Well, there you go. He is, and he's the secret to our success.
Oh, this is like Illuminati shit.
That's
It's
not
just-
Illuminati
it's just
shit.
like-
It's just common sense that Damien Hardwick is a
You-
bad coach, so the explanation has to be something else.
This is so great. When Starburns unwrapped his chocolate, he put his tinfoil on his head.
Well, okay, maybe it's not Carousel, maybe it's Balm, maybe it's the players. I don't know, but it's sure as
So
shit.
hang on, you don't even know what's going on. You don't even know who's
Maybe
leading the
it's
team.
Hardwick.
I'll
Well,
tell
it's-
you
as
who's
I
leading
said,
the
it's the
team.
most logical explanation
Damien
because it's
Hardwick.
not Hardwick. It's anything but Hardwick. It might be a combination
Why
of
wouldn't it
five
be
other
the
things.
senior coach who's leading the club?
Because the senior coach is a retard.
Well, that retard has your team 3 and zip.
Yeah, again, we haven't played anyone yet.
Yeah, and well, you beat West Coast last week.
Yeah, we got lucky like Collingwood.
Our season's fucking done, so I hope Richmond win the flag this year, just so I can see this guy fucking explain his way out of this one. Just like, well, I should be happy, but I can't be happy because our senior coach is a retard.
So what's going to happen on grand final day? Is Dim going to give his medal to Blake Carousella?
Well, if he has any self-respect, he will.
You're an idiot. Like, usually I respect your opinion, but you're just a fuckwit.
He's an idiot.
There's only one idiot right now, and it's you at the
But,
moment.
yeah, but if he doesn't give his Jock McHale medal up, are you going to go to the BNF and take it off him like Morgs and the goal kicking trophy?
No, that's not my style. But
This is your plugger moment.
it's not my problem. It's not the coach, and it's gonna.
You can have the plugger mantle this week, okay?
Plugger burns.
But he's not the reason. It could be anything else. It could literally be the team were motivated by reading Tyre Boys' threads. That's more likely than Damien Hardwick actually knowing what he's doing.
Actually, there is one theory that I think could be legit. It's because they've gotten rid of the negative force and influence of Ty Vickery from their club, and
You know
now
what?
they're all magically
You know what?
good.
That's 750,000 times more likely than Damien Hardwick being a good coach. And we've won 3 games. Literally, Carlton won the first 3 games 4 years ago, and Ratton got sacked after losing to the Gold Coast later that year.
Yeah, but that's Carlton, man. Come on.
Oh, you think
No.
you
I
think
reckon
we're above that? You really think we're above that?
You're too afraid to sack the coach now. You could lose to Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Nothing would happen.
Peggy won't let it happen. Peggy's going to stand by her man.
She's the Richmond version of Bosk, apparently.
If you cut this out, none of us are coming on next week.
Good. Let's move on.
We haven't even talked about the game.
Well, you people wouldn't shut up, so bad luck. We're on the clock. The Crows dominated the Puffers.
Yeah, but only on the ground, not in the fight.
Well, of course Port won the fight. They were fighting amongst themselves. It was Port versus
At
Port.
least they weren't fighting coaches.
It was a decent game to watch, though.
It was. All the best Crows players stood up in the end. It took them about a quarter and a half to do it, but the cream rose to the top. Crows look the real deal.
Charlie Cameron looked quite impressive. I'd say he looked as good as Daniel Rioli, but we can't talk about him, so...
Daniel Rioli did look very good. It's a real shame you focused on...
We're not allowed to talk about that game because we might risk giving some credit to the coach for getting the best out of his players.
Imagine how good Charlie Cameron would be if Dimmer was his coach.
You know what? You people can quit all you want. I'm getting a new team next week. It's not even your call. I'll leave all this in and ditch you all anyway.
Good luck. Enjoy Jose.
Seriously though, Charlie Cameron, cookie.
No, he looked very good. He's a fucking very good player that the Crows picked up. The same with Rory Sloan. He just was at his cuddly best.
Yeah, I've got to give Rory a whack here.
Oh.
Because now I know
No.
we all love Rory.
Doesn't sound like you do.
We all love Rory, but he needs a whack because he is the fucking Murali of the AFL, because I've never fucking seen anyone chuck it as much as he does.
Oh.
I mean, crow throws are well and truly back.
What about the dogs?
No, the fucking Toby McLeans and that, they've just fucking learned from him because he's been around forever. I've been noticing it for a while, and it was just on full display in the showdown. So credit to him. If the umpires aren't going to ping him, and obviously they aren't, then may as well use the rules as they're interpreted. But it does make him a bit of a Murali.
I've got to pretend I never heard that.
Yeah, we're moving on.
I tuned that out. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to cut that out.
Hang on, no guys, I'm just giving you the fucking port.
Let's go on the
I'm
cutting
giving
room
the
floor
port-
along with the Hardwick stuff.
Port supporters ammunition for the shit fight threads that no one will read.
There's no
They didn't even
ports
have any
left.
shit fight friends.
The port
There's none of
supporters have
them left.
disappeared,
They're in North Korea.
and some of them are in China.
Chairman Mao's already had the Great Purge.
But no, the port supporters, yeah, they won the fight. So it's good to see the Ramsgate come to Adelaide Oval.
I was going to say, is there a bigger waste of money in this league, apart from Tyrone Vickery, than Charlie Dixon?
Contested
Marking
beast.
beast.
He got one. What a fucking potato. Stupid cokehead.
He's just not very good at football.
I did like Paddy Ryder once the game was over, losing his shit. Like, there was a bit of roid rage there from Ryder.
Got a week for that.
Bit lucky to only get that too. It was cheap.
The players reflect the club, and that club is just fighty, plasticky,
Fighty.
and tarpy.
Fighting.
Let's move on to...
Oh, fuck. Sorry to redraw on our fucking shit game, but Morgs, when did Jared Witts become a superstar? Because fucking...
McAvoy just made him look like one.
Look, I can understand getting dominated by Sam Jacobs, who's obviously one of the top tier ruckmen in the comp, but fucking Jared Witts making us look like fucking pedestrians?
I'm not going to be in any group of people that talks down Jared Witts. I was a very big Jared Witts fan. I think his ruck work around the ground is great. He is a great tap ruckman, and I was disappointed that we had to see him go, but there was no stopping Grundy. So
He's a spud forward. He's a ruckman. The ridiculously strange ruckman beast who they can't play anything other than number one ruck.
yeah,
Penal, don't worry about it. You've got McAvoy.
Why didn't we take Witts? Why didn't we take Will Minson or anyone?
You've got a good ruckman. Don't worry about it.
He's a two-time premiership player. That must mean he's
Yeah,
good. Despite
it's
the fact
fine.
he got traded from a bottom four team.
You know, Penal, maybe if you're struggling so much, you should get rid of that shit truck coach of yours and bring in the genius that is Damien Hardwick.
You look, honestly, at this point,
Yeah, so you can't even say that with any seriousness.
no, I'd entertain the thought because maybe the players just need a new voice in the dressing room.
Fuck
And I
that.
think Master Coach Damien Hardwick could be that man. He knows the
He'd
club
be-
well.
He'd be coming home.
Be coming home.
He can go home. Let's move on because we're actually
Uh,
fucking
uh,
taking ages here because you people wouldn't shut up about Hardwick.
you people.
Well, you people were pushing the fucking questions.
What do you
Yeah,
mean by you people?
Well, have fun next week with fucking Jose and K4E.
I will. It'll be much more fun. St Kilda, Cookie, we don't have long to talk about St Kilda.
Nick Rios, our best player. Lee Montagna's smarter than all those lazy, soft clock Brisbane players. Tom Hickey, you're fucking shit. Get the fuck out of the side.
Would you
Akers,
take
I
Tom
love
Hickey
you.
over McAvoy?
I'll take Billy Longer over both of them.
No, that wasn't the question.
No, I'll still have Hickey.
Oh, ouch.
Josh Bruce, Membry, start kicking straight. Josh Bruce, start taking marks. Maverick Weller, get a haircut, you stupid cunt. Jade Gresham, I love you. Jaron Geary, who the fuck are you?
Leave Mav Weller alone.
He's missing goals.
Montagne's thing was smart. I don't care what anyone else says. Do that all you
I
want.
loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I enjoyed it
As
because
long as
it
you're-
meant fucking,
as long-
it was Rockcliffe running to try and tackle
Exactly.
him, and Rockcliffe got pumped, so...
Exactly. As long as there's no risk of you effing that up, then all the power to you.
Yeah, if Brisbane wanted to give up on that one, then you know what? That's probably a team lifter as well, because it shows that Brisbane had basically given up on it, pointed it out, and yet he took 6 seconds off the clock. That said, had Brisbane come from nowhere, somehow got the lead, and St Kilda had to push to get it back and missed out by, a brief margin, that would have been fucking awesome.
He would have looked pretty stupid, like almost as stupid as Starburns is going to look when Richmond win the flag this year.
It's not going to happen, because he's not a good coach.
You know who fucking should take the credit for this? Focus on footy and old mate with the stash. I think he's forced the change of culture.
The little nerdy Hitler look.
Yeah,
Still more plausible than it being Hardwick. Now, Melbourne were inaccurate and lost to Geelong.
they should have been 10 goals up at one stage. It was like 30 scoring shots to 15.
Geelong have been very lucky this year.
No
Barely
denying that.
fell in against North
Yes.
and got to play Freo in round one.
I think it's a sign that
Dangerfield had
it's
a
a sign
Jaeger
that they
Amira as a game.
could fall down the ladder pretty soon, and maybe Richmond will get a top 5 pick out of it.
Well, unless it's
They're
protected.
very lucky to have the best player in the competition in their side.
I find it sad how Chris Scott is ruining Harry Taylor,
Yeah.
which Red Vest
Yeah.
will probably really, agree with.
Just play him in defence, for fuck's sake.
See, Chris Scott has won a premiership and he's still a shit coach. You flogs.
He
Check and mate.
found.
Yeah,
he found the Premier League.
but he's never
Didn't
built
build
a
one,
list.
but
He's
yeah,
never
dude.
built a list like Hardwick has had to do.
Built the list. He's picked the players who got recruited there. And he picked Ty Vickery for years. Gave him 100 games.
That's
Yeah,
to
but-
suck Hawthorn in. It was six-dimensional chess from Hardwick.
Anyway,
Dangerfield played pretty much a Jaeger O'Meara-esque game. Menegola is Geelong. He's that entire club. And Melbourne are fucked with Max Gorn being injured.
They are Mel gone.
It'll just be another fucking one of those years for them, I guess. It promised so much, but too reliant on Big Maxi.
Oh, but if Melbourne are as good as they think they are and as their supporters think they are, then this should be no problem. Because the Bulldogs showed last year just what you could do in the face of adversity and all that fucking wank. So
Oh, Melbourne don't exactly strike me as the brave type.
Oh, no. They're not brave. They wear polos. Nobody's
Oh.
ever brave in a Ralph Lauren sweater.
let's get on to... Josh Kelly showed North his worth. He was pretty fucking good. North didn't really make Jack Zeebel's 150th a memorable moment.
No.
They
What
did.
retard did the banner?
They spelled his name wrong.
Suze?
No, it's even worse that banner got ticked off. Because that's what they do now. They tick off the banners now. Someone...
I know. How does no one see that? It's like Ray Farron all over again, but worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Ray Farron was a deliberate joke. That was funny.
Well, wait, Ray Farron was a joke.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Ray Farron was
So
a joke.
it's possible this was just a prank that went wrong. Someone spelled Zeeble wrong and nobody noticed.
Well, this is a Suze-esque prank.
No,
No,
those usually
it's
end with someone
Suze-esque.
dying.
It's someone dying or being killed or something. So if it was a Suze prank, she would have rigged the banner with some explosives or something.
No, she would have put a punji pit on the other side of it and he would have fallen.
Oh,
in.
that's it. Yes, of course.
The
No.
Braden Bruce guy fucking looks amazing considering he was playing rugby, and which
Mm,
means
yes.
Goldstein's probably
Yeah.
being traded.
I was going to say Goldstein's gone. Maybe Hawthorn can take him, Penal. You like topping up on...
No, they don't need Goldstein. They've got McAvoy.
We need fucking anyone at this point.
Actually, no. It's actually our turn to fuck Hawthorn in the trade. for
Yes,
once.
exactly.
So you're going to give us all your future picks. If you've got any left.
Yeah, Dan, would you like their 2018 first rounder?
Do they even have one?
Yeah, they do, because you can only trade 1 year in advance. So St Kilda's got 2017, 2018 will be on the table at the end of this year. So do you want that for Goldstein?
Joke's on you, they'll both be protected.
I think you can make that deal, and then you can keep Bruce and Dorr. Would you do that deal, Dan?
I don't know.
Get you another draft pick, you can trade it for Josh Kelly.
Yeah, I'm not.
And
I'm
Al-
not stuck on
And now,
John.
would you do that deal?
I'm not on.
Well, Dan won't give us an answer, so just...
You've got an opinion, so say it. Would
And-
you
and
do the deal of Goldstein
For what
for a first-round pick?
For 2018 first round pick, but you've got Braden Bruce.
Yeah, but that could free up
Yeah.
cap money that you could use on someone like Eddie Betts.
Surely, North
Yeah,
Melbourne
See,
would
now
not
he's
be
not going to
paying-
answer it because you just reminded him of that.
Now
No.
he's rocking back and forward.
I was going to say,
Thanks,
now Morgs isn't going to get any sleep tonight because he'll be muttering to himself about Eddie there.
He'll just keep muttering, $50,000, $50,000.
50 grand. Josh
Give
Kelly's
it ice
getting offered
cream.
$1 million.
You couldn't offer Eddie a million people.
Oh yeah, we really Golden Gate timed that deal, didn't we?
We told him Gate
How does
timed
that
it.
make any sense? Eddie Betts is a proven player, and we want to give money to some fucking GWS no-name.
Josh Kelly's not a no-name if you watch the Giants.
Compared to Eddie Betts,
Josh Kelly's just another midfielder.
Midfielders
Yeah.
are a dime a dozen.
Yeah, they are a dime a dozen. You don't trade your first rounders and all your picks in a certain draft in your next draft for a midfielder with, say dodgy knees or anything.
Yeah, what kind of club would do something that stupid?
I thought you were going to have a go at us. We traded 2 first rounders for our midfielder, but he's got touchwood, good knees. He's got good everything, just not disposal efficiency. Don't check that.
Yeah, we got rid of a midfielder that had great knees. In fact, the knees were so good that they were often used to injure opposing players. We got rid of that guy and brought in a guy with no knees.
Sorry
Yeah.
about it.
All right, nothing else on North Giants?
No,
Toby
we
and
got
Green.
beaten by a better side.
Toby Green currently averaging 19 and 3.
Ooh, it's happening, Doc Kiff. Last game, the bathwater dried up. Dogs got arrogant and handed Ross Lyon a win. It doesn't get much worse than that.
Owen is no more.
Well, we know where Nat Fife's going next year. Did anyone catch this? Where's Nat Fife going next year?
The
St.
Mardi
Kilda.
Gras?
He's going to end up at the Gold Coast Suns. You heard it here first. All your journos listening.
Why?
He's
Ooh.
going to replace Gary Ablett.
No, he's not going to replace Gary Ablett. He's going to help Gary Ablett stay because he's going to strengthen the God Squad.
Oh, was he praying?
He prayed at quarter time.
He prayed for the win.
He prayed for the win and it was delivered.
Was he legitimately praying, like actually hands together, looking
Apparently
to
it
the
was
sky?
caught on camera, him doing the hand thing.
The Father, Son, and the Holy
Yeah,
Spirit.
that thing.
What?
Or as my uncle used to say, spectacles, testicles, wallet, and what?
watch.
Yeah, maybe he just lost something. Maybe he's looking for his mouth guard.
But yeah, that's where he's going to end up. Gold Coast Suns. He's going to join the God Squad with the Boganator and Gaza and all the others.
Oh, bugger.
Boggy had another good game.
I love the Boganator. Doesn't he love the early rounds? Yeah.
I can't wait to David Clerk to whinge about fucking Bevo this week. It's going to be fantastic.
Seriously,
Oh, David.
what a
Have you
fucking
not
moron.
learned, mate? As soon as I seen him come out last week and have a crack, I thought, you fucking idiot. All you ever do is make life harder for your son.
Suns.
And all he wanted was to get away from this bullshit, and you just make it worse and worse and worse. Demir Dokic. That is all you are.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Demir Dokic was one fucked up person.
I don't think Dave ever molested his boys.
No. Or
I
got on,
don't know. Have
got-
you seen Jason? He looks like a gimp.
if David Cloak ever jumped on the field and started abusing umpires, yeah, maybe. But
Probably
Also,
did that a lot in fucking
He
junior cricket.
admitted in his article that his son and Nathan Buckley have a fantastic relationship, yet went on to trash him, make his son look like an idiot who still needs his dad to stick up for him. And then his son goes out and shits the bed. Well done,
Well,
David.
I
you
don't
dickhead.
think he instigated that. I think he was asked a question and he just answered it.
No
can
comment
say
is
no
a perfectly acceptable answer.
You don't have to answer the phone. Like,
Yeah.
if Robbo rang me, I wouldn't answer.
Don't you have any scoops to give him?
Yeah, David Cloak's obviously an idiot, but to be fair to Travis, he wasn't the only one of the dogs that shat the bed.
Well, I think more dogs should shit the bed more often. I'm just saying that it's David's fault that Travis did.
Yeah, pressure kind of being good for him, but fucking, it was like watching a different team run out there on Saturday night.
Their forward line was so spuddly.
Well, they are a different team to some people because there was that journalist who didn't realise that Will Minson didn't play for the Dogs anymore. So they're clearly a different team to the one he expected.
Well, yeah, and the fucking, did you guys catch the journalist that wrote the story about that error, quoted saying that the actual Bulldogs reserve ruckman include Ace Cordy, who has also been fucking
No.
delisted. So in writing the story about Will Minson, some guy saying the Bulldogs can call on reserve ruckman Ace Cordy.
That's got to be deliberate, doesn't it?
Like, at least that mistake I can kind of understand because you've got their brother on the list, but he's not a ruck, so.
Is Caleb Daniel playing ruck next week?
Probably.
Some teams aren't playing any ruckman, so
I think what they just do is like dose Libber up on some of his real good shit, and he'll be high as a kite. He'll be rucking with the best of them.
well, he's played ruck before for the Vietnam Swans. He can do it again.
I hope he's rucking next week because Braden Cruz will eat Caleb Daniel. He will eat him.
Talking points time. We'll begin with Jesse Hogan spending his time off wisely.
Oh, Jesse Hogan, you can tell he's on the big bucks because smoking's expensive.
Yeah, and I think we should ask our resident smoker here, Dan, what do you think?
This is the biggest nothing story of all time.
What, you think an AFL player smoking isn't sort of a story?
In their spare time? No.
Smoking's hardly good for your aerobic capacity.
Well, probably not, but I mean, more than half the players probably smoke.
More than half the players.
Probably.
No.
No.
I remember when I seen Josh Fraser smoking once and I thought it looked odd.
This ain't the old days where you fire up a dart at half time.
I think it's more than a few. I don't know about half, but I don't think it's that uncommon.
Okay, maybe half is over exaggerating.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that uncommon that it should be a story.
Yeah.
Because it's more than you would.
It's not like smoking's illegal.
I know, it's just, as a professional athlete, you gotta be...
How do you know it was tobacco in the first place?
Well, that's the thing, you might get target tested now, like, imagine getting a few more 6am visits from the AFL drug testers just for having a dart.
Can AFL players get in trouble if they get caught with pot in their system?
Fuck yeah, it's 3 strikes.
Who's ever been caught with the ganja?
I don't know, because they don't release them.
I don't know, but ask yourself, where is Harley Benel?
Oh, he's probably on something a bit stronger.
I think
Yeah.
it's the white stuff he's getting himself into.
Or the clear stuff.
Old quad strikes.
Nothing else on Hogan?
It's a
It's
non.
It's who cares?
Let's go back to Cookie's tears from last week. Damien Barrett, the waste of semen. Sean Dempster's since retired, and Barrett stands by his story that he cracked the shits, and Caro's backing him up.
Oh, there's more wasted semen joining this story. Caro, you crusty cunt, just admit he's wrong. The footy show, admit he's wrong.
Does it really matter if the reason for it? I mean, he's gone.
Yeah, it does. If you say someone's cracking the shits, you'd want them to be cracking the shits.
Well, so what? Okay, well, let's say that was the case. I mean, he wasn't getting a game, was he? And he was getting injured, and he's probably frustrated.
It makes him look a hell of a lot more selfish than he might be.
Yeah.
To not see it out.
But he's gone either way. So, I mean, again, this is another non-story.
Yeah, and you can leave with respect, or you can leave with...
Yeah, he shouldn't be hounded out the door on his way out. Like, if he's fucking leaving on good terms for genuine reasons, then the media should just butt out.
And Barrett should stop making things up. Like, Morgs.
Yeah.
Does Liar of the Year apply to journos?
Well, nah, just Paddles and Cookie, but we can make an exception.
I think Barrett deserves a mention.
I agree. I didn't like it at all. He's in there with a fighting chance, but if those Bay stories pops up again and Paddles creates another masterpiece, he wins. Tell us where it bites Paddles.
If it's not true, why are they biting at Barrett's story then?
Because you can have banter but not slander.
Yeah.
Is that slander?
It's fucking bordering on slander, yeah.
You're absolutely calling into question
His character.
It's poor. And
Yeah,
this is a man who, there's no way he's walking away from the game.
That's not
That's
slander.
absurd. No
What
way.
judge is going to say that's slander?
Strategy.
It's just a journo that's running with a silly headlining story
That he made
people
up.
are going to click on. Well, yeah, that's all it is. Why are St. Kilda
It's okay to
biting
make
at
it's
it?
okay to
Yeah.
make things up.
Look up the fucking definition of slander. That's what it is. Making shit up.
Hey guys, I hear Dan likes to dress in women's clothing.
We should be careful about this though, because people do listen to that, so they'll be on the front page of afl.com.au tomorrow.
Damn.
I did like how Brock McLean called him the most irrelevant man in football. Savage, straight to the point.
Oh, waste of semen was too generous, Cookie.
Oh, that's not slander at all, calling someone a waste
No,
of
because
semen.
it's true. Truth is a defense.
Oh, yes.
You can insult someone.
He's a jizz rag with glasses on.
Get it right, Dan, or should I say Danielle?
We can call him a waste of semen. We just can't call him a, quote, shit journalist, unquote.
No, we can call him a shit journalist because he made it up.
True.
What we can't say is that earlier Starburns had his video on and actually had 2 Damien Hardwick badges pierced through his nipples.
No, because that's a lie.
That's
I would never pierce my nipples.
We really don't need AFL media. We should just replace it all with Bay personalities.
Well, they already borrow from Morgs anyway.
We don't need AFL media. Dan can take the photos. I can write the stories.
I want
Cookies
Plugger and
tell
Umpire
lies.
review.
I can commentate the games.
No, you're not invited because we're not invited on the podcast.
You can do before the game interview with Daniel Hardwood.
Okay, a couple really brief talking points. No mid-season trades. Good, bad.
Yeah, I don't like mid-season trades. Just leave it.
I like list building.
I like mid-season trades because that would help us get a ruckman.
You have a ruckman. You have McAvoy.
And Vickery.
He's a two-time premiership ruckman. He must be good.
Yeah, because apparently, if you've got 2 premierships and your records on paper looks really good, you must be good at what you do, isn't that right?
That's right.
Yeah,
So-
fucking hell.
Fucking, you're obsessed. You keep making everything about Hardwick. Like, this is fucking your projecting.
No, I'm just pointing out the ridiculousness of your fucking arguments.
No, it's a lot easier to get carried to a premiership as a player than it is as a coach.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why we're not going to win a fucking premiership. Are you people seriously awarding us a premiership?
Yes, you're
You're 3 and zip.
3 and
The
zip.
pressure's all on you to deliver.
Oh
Nick.
my god, I can't wait to polish the April Premiership Cup.
No one has ever lost a premiership after sitting second on the ladder after round 3.
And they give you a break from polishing something else. Can I have a talking point? David Myers is on the receiving end of a medical paperwork stuff-up. Who would have thought Essendon weren't very good with their paperwork? He's recovered from his broken finger and is fit to play, but because they put him on the long-term injury list, he can't. He has to wait another week before he can return.
Their medical department just doesn't really have much chemistry with their football department.
Yeah, it's
No.
poor governance.
So Myers is eligible for selection at VFL and AFL level in round 5, but until then, he has no ill feelings towards Dr. Reid. Quote, hang on, quote, now he owes me a year and 1 game. Oh. He didn't
Is that
cost
a
you
leg-
a year, buddy. It was you.
No ill feelings towards Doc Reid. That guy's medical office must be just like papers all over the floor. It must look like fucking Suze's hovel.
He must be like Dr. Nick. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick.
The coroner? Oh, I hate that guy.
The blue thing's connected to the red thing. The red thing's connected to my wristwatch. Uh-oh.
Dr. Reid does it again.
Dr. Bruce Riviera. Sid the doggy's mascot retired, Cookie?
That's sad.
Did he die?
No, he's just blind.
It's like good on dogs names. You can give him a pet and a cuddle and a pat.
Oh, well, they're going to replace it. It's not like there's no more bulldogs around.
Wasn't as bad as Teach saying
Why
just
don't they
throw it
just
over.
replace it and not tell anyone? Isn't that what, like,
Yeah.
no one will know. Just get another bulldog. No one
Yeah, if you leave your door open, a dog will come in.
This... In our school, their mascot was a dog and he died and they just got one.
Your school had a mascot?
In our school.
Well, this would be a fairly recent turn of events, so it might be a new thing.
No, it was a St. Bernard. It's St. Bernard's.
Ah,
Oh, St. Bernard. I hate St. Bernard. They were the biggest cheats when it came to cricket. I got out for man-catting.
oh, you got out for man catting.
Yeah, and it was against St. Bede's.
That's Beveridge's school.
Oh, did you guys say Bernard or St. Bede's?
No, St. Bernard. St. Bernard.
Oh, sorry, wrong school.
Question time, and there are so many of them this week. If you didn't have a question here, bad luck. I'm not even going to ask Ilksy's one because you've all already gone there. Bosk wants to know which of these key forwards has the lowest pain tolerance in the AFL. Kurt Tippett, who hobbled along the boundary like a landmine victim with his mildly twisted ankle. Josh the Goose Jenkins, who screamed for an ambulance and refused to play the showdown with lightly bruised ribs. Or Nick Revolt, who was about to do a teary send-off. Oh, that's not very nice. Teary send-off lap on the pain trolley with a minor knee strain.
Honestly, that's a fucking shit post.
Yeah,
Oh,
like-
except it wasn't a post, was it?
It was a PM.
Oh, so I didn't see that in the thread. I've got a question. Is there a bigger coward on the Bay than Bosk?
Cookie.
Why wouldn't you post that in the thread?
Cookie.
Did he send you that question via PM?
He was desperate to surprise with a question, and that was what he came up with.
Oh, you
Surprise!
You're supposed to ask it in the thread. No secretive bullshit questions.
Yeah, that's a really shit surprise. Like if your uncle invites you up to his room and then the only surprise is a fucking
What?
eggplant.
What?
I'd
No,
say
if
Jack
you're gonna
Dunstan.
send PMs, stick to your sookie ones to your Geelong haters. Yeah, your melty PMs, not your question ones.
Bring back Filthy.
Filthy, yes.
Jack Dunstan.
I'm not going to
No,
indulge
we're not
that. It's a
We're
shit
not going to
question.
answer it. No, it's a shit question. We're not going to answer it.
We don't answer
But
questions from cowards.
Kurt Tippett by default, I guess. But
Step out of the shadows, boss.
I was going to say Dan Hanbury. None of the above. Dan Hanbury. Richo wants to know, with Hawthorn putting out the oldest team of the round and having no draft picks for the next 6 years, how long until your rabid Hawk fan mate goes back to, quotation marks, not that into footy? Well, it's already happened, hasn't it?
No, you're fucking 6 months late. I gave up after the fucking trade period. Like, did you
But he
not see
wouldn't
my
know that.
fucking
He
melt?
wouldn't know that though
Oh,
because he
'cause
wasn't here.
He's a pop-up sprinkler, is he?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, Groodogs. Groodogs. Oh, no, was
You people, we ask for questions, and when people deliver them, you just hang shit on all of them.
Oh,
Well,
you
because-
people. I'm sick of this you people
You
shit.
people.
Yeah.
Because if someone's a fucking pop-up sprinkler, he's gonna get called out for it.
Oh, you were a pop-up sprinkler on here for a long time. You only came
No.
on when Hawthorn won.
That's not true.
That's not true.
And I have the stats to prove it. But yeah, I've been eco since the off season. Like fucking
You ecoed out to another country. Well, you tried to.
like fucking getting rid of Sam Mitchell and bringing Tyrone Vickery. You don't have to be Confucius to see that was not going to work out well.
But you got Mitchell Lewis. He's got both their names. He has to be twice as good.
And McAvoy.
Confucius say a man who walked through airport turnstile sideways going to Bangkok.
And you got a coach who had Hardwick as an assistant, so he would have learned from Hardwick.
Fuck me, let's just bring back
trash
Hardwick.
the coach's box last week.
Wasn't even me that time. Well, Hawthorn in 1991 won the flag after a big period in the 80s, and merger talks began in 1996, 5 years later. So I guess the supporters started not being into football about 94 or 95,
This time it'll be Melbourne telling you to fuck off that they don't want to move.
Yeah, so 3 or 4 years after the flag, so I'm guessing 2018 or 2019.
But why wait? Look, we need to either relocate to Tasmania or merge.
Yes.
Like
You should
know,
relocate
fucking-
there too. You don't even need $7.5 grand.
No, you just need a boat.
I
you can buy a house in Tassie for like $500.
I think we get the
You could
journos
move
in.
in with Jasny. Oh, that'd be real convenient.
Yeah, move in with myself. Yeah, how am I meant to do that?
2021, Tasmania Hawks, coached by Ross Lyon. Heard it here first.
I actually think it's time we need to sack the board. That is clear. We need to get rid of the board because how they could have sanctioned this ridiculous trade
Riker's a
period
genius,
is
isn't he?
beyond me.
But it's funny because you could have afforded everybody, remember?
Yeah, if you just didn't pay
You didn't
Pride
even
Vickery.
need to do it.
And now you're trying to poach St Kilda's fucking headed football. Fuck off, Hawthorn.
What, Chris Pelkin?
No, Baines.
Who's Bane?
Baines.
I wish I could do a Bane voice.
Yeah, I was trying to think of one of the comments he makes. Crashing this plane!
What's his first name? A meat.
A meat Baines.
A meat. So he's a big fan of the meat. So it'd be a great fit at Hawthorn.
BRWB has a very interesting question that, like, it's simple, but it needs to be asked. Genuine question. Basil Zemplis. How? Why? How's
Well, the
pretty
how
easy.
is-
Yeah.
How is when Mummy Basil Zemplis and Daddy Basil Zemplis decided to have a baby? And unfortunately for society, his sperm was the one that fucking won.
I think it's more Basil sucked a lot of cock to get where he is, but...
Yeah, it's the same universe though. So
Why?
I don't know why. Who knows why?
yeah,
Do you want
if
us-
we ever find out, we'll let you
Why?
know.
Why is this a question? We got so many questions and they're all shit.
I was born in it.
What was that?
That one made sense. I was born in it.
You really adopted the dog. I was born in it.
Oh, that was Bane. Oh, God.
I don't know why, but I hope it stops soon. Pack lunch. Given the Swans played badly in the grand final last year and are now assured of missing finals this year, whose 0-3 record is more shithouse, and does anyone give a shit about North's 0-3?
Norths, they choked.
They were expected to do this. Dan was right. But
We were not expected to lose to Essendon and Gold Coast, especially not fucking Gold Coast. So
Yeah, there's no way you could say North's 0-3 is worse than Sydney's or Hawthorn's.
Hawthorn's is the worst, clearly.
even
Yeah,
Sydney had a kind of tough draw, I guess.
Hawthorn had the easiest schedule and have the worst percentage. That basically sums it up.
This would be the only time ever where I would be happy with a 3-round season. You guys can just have the spoon right now.
Look,
I
fucking,
would be
we can have a
happy.
22-round season, but it won't change. It won't change. We'll fucking still be bottom after 19 more weeks.
And you
Oh.
laughed at the bottom.
It's warm in the cockles of my heart, that penal.
I always knew you were a bottom panel.
Slander.
This has sort of been answered, but Vesty does want to know who were the 3 worst Hawthorn players from the weekend and why.
This is a hard question because fucking forcing me to name just 3.
I think we've got 2 of them already.
I can't not name McAvoy.
And Vickery.
Yeah, McAvoy and Vickery, because they were more useless than fucking tits on a bull. Sorry, old cliche, but I can't think of it. I can't bring my A-grade material today just because fucking Hawthorn can't bring their A-grade material this year.
I think they did bring their A-grade material. It's just not very good.
No, it's just not very good from your point of view. It's good for everyone else.
Third worst, again, already mentioned it, but Josh Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
He's,
Forgot about
yeah,
that.
Is he probably the winner of the one season too long award?
yeah, so far runaway leader.
Well, he could have almost won it last year if it weren't for his first 6 or so weeks.
Yeah, we should have taken the hint and just moved him on because he's just continued on from the last 6 or so weeks of his last season, and so we've obviously won 2 out of our 9 games. 2 out of 9 we are now, and his form is a big reason for that.
This week on the Bay, thread of the week, what we got?
I'm gonna say the live chat thread Gold Coast versus Hawthorn.
I've got the thread from Stronzo. I think it's called The Main Factor. That had some lols in it.
No, it didn't, because the only people that bit were non-Collingwood supporters.
It was still funny just to kick the shit out of him in.
Yeah, we don't care. I like Bosk's wank thread on the Hawthorn board.
Shouldn't that be Flog of the Week territory?
No, I've got a different flog of the week.
I like this Hawthorn 2017 first round pick what on St Kilda bird. A lot of goo there.
Yeah, fucking is the current crop of young Hawks even better than the last? Yeah, that's a great thread. That's really aged well. Stood the test of time. Fucking great.
I like the juxtaposition between the skies. Oh no, actually, it's the sky is not falling. The sky is not falling. Never forget, our future is blindingly bright. This is like a cult. These people are brainwashed.
Yeah, do you understand now why I'm not in the fucking Goo Squad, the top 10 posters?
Jesus Christ, if Collingwood lost to the fucking last year's premiers by nearly 2 goals, and we were nearly fucking burning effigies at the ground, not going, Jesus,
Yeah, Richmond are 3-0 and fucking old mate here wants to sack the coach.
It'll make us even better. Just before we go on, late question from Red Vest. Where is Tazhawk 15?
I don't know. Maybe Catsman in America knows. It's not an upgrade that's required for Tazhawk. Like, this is a complete
Reboot.
strip out, repurpose, refit. Like, the fucking...
An aggressive reset.
The bot just wasn't built for losing. Like, he's just a complete
we will
software.
rebuild him.
We have the technology, but it's going to take some time to rebuild him.
The 6 million goo man.
So where are we going with Thread of the Week? Do we have any consensus of any type?
I must admit, I did like Pack Lunch's thread about Percy. You haven't lost to some by 90 points.
Yeah, that's a pretty good effort. Like, Pack Lunch is probably getting kicked out of the Goo Squad for that one too.
Well, my nod goes to Moffra for his 9 million just for another midfielder thread. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I'll back you, Dan.
Yeah,
that's
fine.
a good call.
That had some amusement in it, especially because fucking Tire Boys kept throwing the Tom Boyd thing at him. It's like,
Oh, I did too.
it's just like, just dig up, stupid. Flog of the Week, what do we got?
Easy. I think that you people on here should follow me in voting for the one flog of the week, Starbucks.
Hang
You're
on,
an idiot.
Can I check first who topped the tipping?
No, the tips are not updated.
I'm nominating Craffles. Owen jokes are awesome. Shut up.
Yeah, fucking Craffles can have a whack. I'll back you up there.
Penal supports an Owen team, and even he admits that Owen jokes.
Look, Owen jokes are what gave rise to the fucking college try thing last year, so how can you not love them?
That disappeared pretty quickly, though.
I reckon in about fucking 6 weeks, then someone will start another Owen thread about Hawthorn and bring back the college try for us.
I'm going for the real life Jose Mourinho.
Okay.
Fair enough. You don't need a reason to vote for him.
No, he's talking about the real life one, not.
Oh, the real. Oh, can you nominate both the real one and the idiot on Big?
The real one and the idiot one.
But yeah, he put essentially Tyrone Vickery as captain, so yeah.
What?
He put someone who is as shit as Tyrone Vickery as captain.
I'd still rather go for the big footy one.
I'll find the big footy one gets it then for putting Tyrone Vickery as captain.
So who wins?
Well, you didn't even get my nomination.
Oh, who was? I thought you were not normal Jose.
You know, I've got to change this.
No, I'm just saying I'm happy. You don't need a reason to nominate him. But anyway.
Who are you nominating, Dan?
Oh, that's easy. Mine's Northern Lights.
Oh, what's this one for?
You listening to this?
What?
Defeatist flog last week. The person who is a committed, paying, emotionally invested North Melbourne supporter, and you call it a defeatist flog.
And I what?
What have you got to say for yourself?
Yeah, no, it's true. You don't make excuses. We were just shit.
He was making
And then you went on.
excuses. He
Then
said
you
it
went
wasn't
on
a
with,
joke.
Kirk Lazarus, Tropic Thunder, full retard moment with your the reason why premierships are never won with supporters like St Kilda and Footscray.
No, I'm saying you had the mentality of like a long-time Footscray or St Kilda supporter where you're expecting to lose and you're justifying losing.
What? Because of something I posted on Bay 13.
Oh, through what you said.
Board that's about the laws and satire posting.
No, what you said on the Flogcast, you dickhead.
Dan copped it from All and Sundry last week.
No, I won't copy a defeatist supporter. Because I go to my team games, I want my team to win every week. I don't endorse tanking. I don't endorse asking for priority picks.
Or protected picks.
Just not even too. And this stupid bloody, like let's say for argument's sake that I was a defeatist supporter, right? Am I contributing to my team's premiership drought since 1999? Is that what you're saying?
No, not contributing. I'm saying that you've got the mentality of someone who is happy to just accept mediocrity.
Well, Sunshine, you don't know me at all.
Which is, no,
Sunshine.
just based on what you said last week.
Let's get them ready. This is heading like a Port Power fighting amongst
This
themselves.
is,
Punch
sorry,
on.
guys, this is not the North Board. Fuck off. Look,
Dan, stop.
Go-
Hang on, I
go
found the
find-
post. Shut up. I'm not finished.
Go-
Dan, stop
Go
being
find
a
K4E
defeatist
and
flog.
Nate and
Expect
do the
to win
North
every
podcast.
game and be disappointed with every loss. It's attitudes like yours that see St Kilda and Footscray as premiership droughts.
Yeah.
So attitudes are dictating premiership droughts. Is that right?
No, well, if everyone at the club had your attitude, then we'd be just shit forever.
Well, I'm saying if everyone was like me, and let's say for argument's sake that I did have a shitty attitude, it
But you
wouldn't
do-
have one. It wouldn't have one single influence on the team's contribution on the field. Not one.
Well, let's just hope the club doesn't have that attitude.
Jesus Christ. Right, let's say that supporters' attitudes do have an influence on your team's ultimate success. Let's look at Richmond, for example. This is a supporter group that is always optimistic during the off-season. You go to your team's games, you have the best theme song, you sing it louder more than any other team. And
Yeah,
yet that supporter group, shut up, I'm not finished. That supporter group has had to put up with mediocrity more than anybody. I mean,
Yeah,
if they dictated, shut up, I'm not finished. If they dictated the ultimate success, then they would win the premiership every year.
But I'm not saying that they accept what their club dishes out, which is the difference. You accept what we're dishing out.
Based on what?
Based on what you
no,
said,
but
based on
fucking
what you said last week.
Richmond supporters are a different breed altogether. They could be going well and they still want to sack the coach.
Damn right. You can always be better.
Last week you did say that
can
you
we-
shouldn't have even been in the game.
Yeah,
So,
what's with
so
that?
it didn't matter that you lost.
Yeah, fuck
But
off
it-
with that.
No,
That's-
Does that mean I don't care about the team's result?
No,
No,
that's not what you said.
no, that's not what you said. I didn't say you don't care. I'm saying that you're happy to say we shouldn't have won.
Okay, no, I've had it.
You- No, yeah,
Northern
no,
Lights
Am I
and Dan,
holding? Am I
you're
holding?
both flog of
Am I
the week.
holding my teams? Am I holding?
no,
This will be
I-
3 weeks in a row. This will be 3 weeks in a row. You can't do this.
This is
Am I holding
this
my
is
team? Am I holding my
It's not
team
3
back
weeks
with,
in a row.
with
Dr.
this,
Vickles
with
got
this
it the other
defeatist attitude?
No, I actually agree with NL here because Dan always makes bullshit excuses up like the other team was lucky. Fuck off with that attitude.
No.
What do you want? Do you want a mainboard-esque podcast contribution from me? Do you want me to go on Wooksies or whatever his name's bloody podcast? Hey,
You're
did you
the
listen
most-
to K4E last week on the podcast? Boring as batshit.
You're the most mainboard out of all of us.
Bullshit.
Oh my god.
I'm fucking dying here, fuck.
Dan and NL both win it for fucking Norfing up the podcast.
You norfed a good episode.
Oh, I didn't ask the question.
Yeah. You should have just said yeah.
It's like the fucking North banner all over again. Just incompetence on a grand scale.
And Dan, you haven't won it 3 weeks in a row because Dr. Vickles won it 2 weeks ago.
I won it last week and the week before, didn't I?
And you
No,
should
the
be
week
as
before
grateful
Dr.
as Dr.
Vickles won.
Vickles was.
It was Dr. Vickles the week before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
you've only won it 2 weeks in a row. You've gone back to back.
Dr. Vickles took it on the chin.
She's a good sport. Unlike
Oh,
Not
good
like
for her.
Dan.
Last week's poll, did North choke against Geelong? Dan, you'll be glad to know only 4% of people said no. 59% said yes, and 37% said Andrew Mackie. Aka Cookson is even softer than Jack Watts. Next week's games. The coin is coming back. How many did you tip this week, Dan?
Well, I didn't go with the coin because I was ridiculed last week, so
I think the coin tipped more than you.
it probably did. I
6
think I only
winners.
got like 5 or 6.
Just stand by the coin.
Yeah, and I tipped GWS because I'm a defeatist flog and I have a poor attitude.
Fuck it hell.
Well, I'll be tipping Geelong this week.
I'm not gonna be letting that go for a while.
Whoa, gee, I'm shocked to be sitting here. Dan not letting something go. Fucking hell.
You know what? I actually agree with you on that subject, Dan, but it's just all too North for me.
Too team
Yeah.
boardy.
No, it's too main boardy. Go talk about it with Wooksy instead.
God, he won't. There's no way he would let me on that podcast because everything he does on that podcast is just smooth and coriated, and it's like he doesn't do any editing at all.
Coriated.
It-
What the fuck is coriated?
Oh no.
What did I say?
Coriated.
Did you mean choreograph?
Oh no.
Yeah, I think I meant choreographed. Anyways, if I went on that podcast, he would have to do all this editing, and he wouldn't want to do that. So
Maybe the only reason he hasn't let you on yet is because you've kept on sending your PMs to Wooksy by mistake.
is there even a Wooksy on Big Footy? Hang on.
There's a punching bag on Big Footy. Do you know who it is?
Dan?
So we're going with the coin again. Cookie.
Great.
West Coast Sydney.
It's saying Sydney.
Ooh, that's a shame. I wanted Owen to live on. North versus the Bulldogs on Good Friday.
It's saying the Bulldogs.
Melbourne Freo.
Jesus fuck, this coin loves Freo so much.
GWS Port.
It's saying...
It's saying you stuffed that one up.
Yeah, it hit my
Do you even know who heads and tails are for?
Heads for home, tails for
He knows
away.
what they're for. He just didn't toss it right. It made a weird sound.
Okay, all right, carry on.
What's harder, tossing a coin or opening a golden gay time?
Tossing a
You
coin.
know? Daytimes are difficult, aren't they?
That was a fucking paddle sigh right there.
Yeah.
I never got a chance to defend myself on that.
Oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
There's nothing for you
yeah,
to
go
defend.
on.
Go on.
Give it your best shot.
Oh,
Talk about your gay time.
no, like, it's usually not soft. And so you can usually just break the top over the top of it.
That's not how you open an ice cream anyways.
It's how I've done it for fucking
Yeah.
20 years. And
No.
on this occasion it was soft, so it just basically caved in at the top downward.
You open your ice creams with brute force.
No, you just peel it over the top.
You tried to pop it through the top of it.
Yeah, that usually happens because it's usually hard and breaks out the top. Anyway, that's what really happened. Just a
If you could
That
stop
doesn't
thinking-
make it sound any better.
Sorry, but the real issue was not how you did it. It was the fact that you were a psychopath who tried to put it back in the freezer for someone else
no,
to
it's
eat,
because
and then I had to
That's
eat it.
really poor.
no,
Uh,
like,
well,
I had to eat your shit ice cream, and you put my good one back in the freezer.
no, but like, if I put it in the freezer, then it would freeze again in time,
And-
and the next
And
person,
the next person,
no,
not you,
no, hang on, and then the next person won't have an issue.
the next person, which was not going to be you.
Oh, it could have been, mate. You know,
No,
that
he
would
was
have been.
gonna go. That's the one I tried to push out that broke. I won't eat that one. I'll eat the other gay time.
It was
I'll
going to go,
probably-
I'm not having a gay time for another 6 months, just in case.
If I wanted one and it was the only one in there after it was frozen properly, I would
You'd
have.
have a sunny boy.
I'd have no questions about eating it.
You butchered it and you tried to put it back. You're a defeatist flog.
He is right about one thing though. Like whenever I have a gay time, it is usually very hard as well. So I can understand the confusion.
Cookie, did you actually toss the coin for Carlton Gold Coast in there?
It says Carlton.
Adelaide Essendon.
The Crowbots.
Must be at the Dome.
Collingwood St Kilda.
Oh, God, that's so funny.
Coin is going for Collingwood.
It gets funnier every time.
Brisbane, Richmond.
Let's see if it loves Hardwick as much as Starburns. It loves Hardwick.
And Hawthorn, Geelong.
Papa needs a number 1 draft pick.
That was a very delayed bloody...
Yeah, I was doing that rotating thing.
How are
And
you
it's-
flipping it?
It's flipping it up.
Are you
It
just-
landed like...
Oh,
Are you just
God.
spinning it on the table and not even flipping it?
So what did the coin say?
The coin says Hawthorn.
Yes, good coin, good coin.
So Dan, the question remains: coin this week or not?
I'm not even going to tip. Fuck it.
Just tip draws, Dan.
No, I'm not even going to tip draws. No tips.
You're such a defeatist, Flog.
Yeah. Okay. Final words on a couple of games. Pick a few. Have a word. What do we got?
If I go to Good Friday football, am I going to help?
Well, I'm going,
Only
so...
if you're a defeatist flog.
I'm going to Good Friday football with my North membership and my North scarf. Join in the chorus.
You have to ask Nathan Fife that question, Dan.
If you do go to the North and Bulldogs game, bring some cash, donate it to the hospital, give that they may grow, and support the cause.
I'll just say, I do want to see
Done
the North
here.
Dogs game, get a lot of people in. Good for the cause.
Yeah, but the AFL basically put them on notice from day one, which is fucking harsh as far as crowds go. So hopefully they do get enough of a crowd to get a decent shot at it.
I've asked 5 Western Bulldogs supporters today if they're going, and they all said no.
What's wrong with them?
They only turn up
Defeatist
to their home.
flogs.
Oh.
They said it's not our home game. I don't get that, but anyway.
I'm going and my team's not even playing.
Yeah, me either. Oh, well, mine's not, but I've got a membership.
Anything else on any of these games?
If I say anything more, I'm just going to be ridiculous.
Well, I'm going to be anyway, but I'm going to say it. We're playing Brisbane, who are shit, but seemingly playing with a bit more heart than they ever had under Lepic, and this just reeks of Richmond.
No, you've got Hardwick, man.
Nah.
You've got Hardwick.
Banana skin?
No,
Banana
no,
skin.
because you've got
Banana
inside
skin.
intel from Leper.
But you guys haven't lost to them for like 15 years almost.
I know, it's all mounting up for 3-zip, haven't lost to him in years, you know, playing a style that's not terrible, and it's all mounting up for a big letdown.
Well, who would have thought the whole defeatist flog thing was contagious? Because everyone's caught it in the space of half an hour.
No, I had this predetermined before he came on.
I haven't caught it. We're going to smash St Kilda. Fuck
Well,
you.
I guess you could call me a defeatist slog, but because I think we're going to get Jolly Rogered, but then again, most of you would agree with me.
I'm not a defeatist flog. We're going to absolutely smash St Kilda.
I'm not saying I think we'll lose, but I think there's a much greater chance of us losing.
You're basically saying you are.
You want
Defeatist
it? You
slog.
want to lose?
I've got to say, I think St Kilda will be better up forward and defensively, but we'll get smashed in the middle. Make Grundy your super coach captain.
Right.
Well, you'd have to trade out Gorn anyway, so Gorn to Grundy.
I already had Grundy because I was smart.
You had 2 500k plus ruckman.
I'm not good at picking
Wow.
defenders, so
What?
fuck it.
You've probably got the Boganator too.
Probably had fucking Goldstein on your bench as well.
No, I had Nick Matt.
Oh,
You had Nick now on your... Oh, you're awful.
what the fuck? Is this super coach or spud coach?
No,
This is idiot coach.
I'm shit at super coach, alright? I average like 1,800 a week.
That's because you've got Nick now on your bench.
That is shit.
Fucking,
So Cookie, you're basically the opposite of Hawthorn. You got Ruckman coming out your ears.
you realise Nick Nat's the fucking
Yes, I don't
out the
have...
whole year, right?
I don't have him. It was a joke.
No.
Come on, that's stupid.
No, I don't think you were joking. I think you
No,
were being
fuck.
serious.
No, I wish you were fucking not joking because it was setting me up for me to say this is the only scenario in which having Big Boy would be better than Nick Nat, but I can't even say that now. Fucking
No, you can't. Suck it
Big
up.
Boy can't do anything right.
This was the Flogcast for this week. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
See you all next week.